Hi YouTube! In today's video we'll be doing another Halloween craft and we're gonna make a scarecrow. The unique thing about the scarecrow we're going to make is it's going to be completely out of cabbage or fabric scraps, however you want to say it. I use them interchangeably. Now, for the outer part of my scarecrow, I have collected these scraps out of my scrap bin. So to start with, a pair of pants that are too small for me now. This is the extra linen from my medieval dress. As you can see, it's kind of weird shaped, but we're going to use some of this to make a hat. This pink fleece we will be turning into the face. This green gingham shirt, I'm sure you might recognize because I took the pockets off of this actually to put on my gingham dress, but the shirt's pretty much still intact. I took the cuffs off the sleeves. But yeah, the shirt's intact, and we'll be turning that into like a little dress, shirt kind of thing, tunic, I don't know. I have a purple gingham, and that's going to be the band around the hat. I also have this pink gingham bow that I was originally just going to like make a bunch of different bows and put them all over the gingham dress, and then it was just too much. So we'll stick that on there somewhere on the scarecrow. This I used when I made some miniature models for Face Front's channel, and this was for a little couch that I made, and I only used like a corner, so we're going to turn this into an apron. And then this is going to be some patches. That will be the outside of the scarecrow. For the inside of the scarecrow, because here's the thing, I have a bit of a hoarding problem when it comes to the scraps from my projects. These are all the weird shaped scraps from different projects that are not large rectangular pieces. I have a different bin for intact pieces of fabric, which I actually will get organized and stored in a different way. Because a scarecrow needs to be stuffed, and I have all this random stuff, I am going to stuff the scarecrow with scraps. I will be going through this and picking out specific scraps that I don't want to stuff with. For instance, I know I will not be using this little Santa because that could still be a project. Yeah, a lot of this is going to get stuffed inside of the scarecrow. I'm not going to bother chopping it up, so we'll straight up stuff it with big pieces of cabbage, big pieces of fabric scrap. Again, whatever you want to call it. So let's get started with our scarecrow. I'm hoping this one goes kind of fast because I have in my head pretty much how it will work, and a lot of the pieces, the shirt and the pants, are pretty much already put together. By the way, I'm sorry if I sound horrible right now, just blah. My entire household has COVID, but I'm still filming for you guys because I love you guys. Thanks for watching. It means a lot to me. It really does. It is still September when I'm filming this. So by the time this video comes out, I should not have COVID anymore because this totally sucks. But yeah. Anyways, let's get to the project. So cutting out all the pieces, like I thought, went pretty fast. So the plan is on this apron here. The apron's going to be the most work, I think. I'm going to connect these little straps at the sides here, and then I am going to gather this up and connect it to this, and connect these straps here at the top, and sew these patches. I should sew these patches on before I gather because that will be easier. So the patch is on, and then that'll be a little apron. The nice part about doing a scarecrow is frayed fabric is totally cool and totally fine, so I do not need to hem or finish any of these edges. And this factory edge here, I know what it's called, the word's not coming to me. Anyways, will be hidden once I sew this apron together, so I don't need to worry about that. And then I will sew up the neck, around the head, and down the neck, and then I will sew up and down the hat, and sew on the patches onto the pants, which I did move lower down here on the pants because the apron will cover a lot of the upper part of the pants. But yeah, let's get to sewing that. Alright, so I've got all of those pieces. I have a cute little apron. Oh my gosh, that ended up adorable. To do the gathering, I used a hack that I saw in a TikTok on Pinterest, where you zigzag over a string that is stitched to one end and then you pull the string through the zigzag. I did not know if it was going to work. I'm never going to gather any other way because it worked. That worked wonderfully. I did zigzag stitches around each patch. It wasn't until after I sewed the head together that I realized I should have sewed the face on first, but I can hand stitch that on later. So yeah. Then my little hat. Oh, I've got a bun. There we go. Cute little hat. Oh my gosh, I like him. I like it so much. This bow is only held on by a pin. I'm willing to sacrifice a pin to this project. I actually need to buy new pins because my pins kind of have a coating of spray glue on them from a different project I just did that is unrelated. Remember the purple cloak that I made? I did make a hat for it. It's a fascinator hat. You might have noticed it off to the side. Oh, by the way, here is that hat that I mentioned, that I made the little fascinator to match my cloak. I used turkey feathers. These turkey feathers are from the turkeys that my parents raised. And then I used a teddy bear pin, and on the inside it has a hair clip. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying my best. And then the pants, I just put patches on the bottom where they won't be covered by the apron, and then I stitched up the bottom. And with the shirt, I remembered that I had taken all the buttons off of this shirt and used them on my rainbow gingham dress. So I sewed the front of the shirt closed, and then I sewed the sleeves, but I left little cuffs, and I just kind of bunched it up and zigzagged it so that it kind of has hands. Now it is time to stuff. I'm going to start by stuffing the head and the pants, because those are things that I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing with this project. I am making it up as I go. Guys, this was the perfect project because this is a piece of leather. It's not good for stuffing, but this is all that's left. Just a few things here and there. Ta-da! I got rid of so many scraps doing this. Holy cow, that was a purge. So I've got the pants stuffed. I need to sew up the fly. I should have done that beforehand, but oh well. And then, let's see if I can find a way to pick this up. Let me bunch the waist for right now. Here's the top. Top half of the torso. And then the head, I grabbed a couple scraps and cut them to a shape I like. She's gonna be a cute scarecrow. And then I'm going to paint some blush on and embroider a stitched mouth. I'm gonna sew the hat onto the head. That'll be hand stitched. And then I will sew the head onto the neck of the collar, and then I will figure out a way to connect the pants to the torso, and then I'll just tie the apron on. I am so happy about that because, like I said, and I'm pretty sure it was obvious, I do not get rid of scraps. In fact, as I was doing that, I had to keep stopping myself from saving more and more and more because I kept thinking, oh, I could find a use for this. I could find a project for this. No, this is that project. I cannot keep every teeny tiny scrap of fabric, every weird bit of cabbage. I cannot do that because it has just piled up and become chaos. And that's not the goal here. I am amazed. I have been working on this project for only 2 hours and I'm to the hand stitching parts. You know what? I'm gonna glue the face pieces on. That'll be easier than sewing that since I will need to hand stitch everything else. I am going to do that tomorrow. Also, I never thought I would get rid of that much fabric without it having to go to a landfill. And now it's going to be a decorative item and all of it has a purpose. And I'm so happy about that because I do not want to throw that much fabric into landfills, especially because this is an ongoing hobby and I'm not going to stop sewing ever. Also, here's the approximation of what it looks like all together. Again, not sewn. I'm going to do that in the morning, but should I just leave this here? Right in front of the door. Oh my gosh. Well, good morning. It's not morning. It's like late afternoon. But it's the next day. So, haven't done anything. Just left her there. I did paint some blush on. I just used watercolor paints. I mixed pink and red to get a darker pink. As I've been thinking about this project, thinking maybe I should have sewed the shirt to the pants before I stuffed those, so that it would have been one body-shaped sack that I could have stuffed through the neck. So I'm gonna unstuff about half of the pants and some of the shirt so that I can machine sew that, because that'll be a lot stronger and a lot quicker. So let's do that. Alright, and here's the head with the hat attached and a little smile stitched on. Now the only thing left to do is connect the head to the body. Let's do that now. Done. Alright, there she is. I had to do a couple things, so I didn't get her put outside right away. But yeah, anyways, it's dark now. But I started it yesterday. It's out in the yard today. Quick project. Ate up an entire like Rubbermaid bin of scraps and cabbage and whatever you want to call the remnants of fabric after you've done projects. My scraps do tend to be huge because I work on costumes, not quilting, so I'm not turning it in most of my things into little squares and triangles. But yeah, I think she's very happy right here. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more Halloween content, creative content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I upload. I'll be uploading Halloween content all month, and in the regular months I upload most Mondays. Don't forget to stay creative. Thanks for watching. Bye.